Good morning. Welcome to Mount4 for the police. This is incredible. More from the witchcraft satanic state of Minnesota. Charges dropped for a guy accused of leading cops on a pursuit while the cop pursued him sits in jail. You're going, what? So you're chasing this guy going 100 miles an hour down the street. He gets out of jail and you're in jail. Apparently, cars did not get out of the way of the police cars. They just kept coming at the police cars like a bunch of idiots. And in Minneapolis, in July of 2021, former Minneapolis, and you police need to change these prosecutors. You need to put the bad prosecutors out of action. You need to make sure they don't hear any cases. So the cop's sitting in jail. Well, the guy he's pursuing is released. Unbelievable. Unbelievable evil. So he's chasing a car. Some idiot heads towards the cop, hits him, gets himself killed, and then they charge the cop with murder. James Jeremiah Jones Drain. Let's see, they were chasing a criminal against 20-year-old James Jeremiah Jones Drain. He faced up to 40 years in prison for allegedly driving the stolen vehicle that Cummings had been pursuing. But Hennepin County District Attorney Mary Moriarty reported that the charges were dropped. An inability to prove all the charges beyond reasonable doubt. He's on police camera going 100 miles an hour. So apparently Hennepin County District Attorney Mary Moriarty is a Satanist. Knights in white satin, never reaching the end. Letters are written, black letters they stuff under the candles. I hope I didn't violate any protocol on that. Moriarty's office released the following. This case is dismissed at the point to preserve the ability to recharge in the blah, 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 blah. While the exact reason she wouldn't arrest Jones it's not clear. They just released all the charges. So this guy's obviously an FBI drug dealer. Cummings, however, the cop, pled guilty to criminal vehicular homicide for his part in the vehicle pursuit, which ended in Frazier losing his life. So Frazier decided, well, I'm going to get close to see what happens. He's going 100 miles an hour. What's going on, man? He got hit and died. But here he is. He sits in jail 2 years after the pursuit. Mr. Plunkett's client sits in jail because he voluntarily pled guilty to criminal vehicular homicide and admitted under oath while represented by Mr. Plunkett to needlessly driving in a grossly negligent manner at speed of 100 miles an hour. So they're chasing this dude at 100 miles an hour. They're chasing him. Some guy decides what's going on. He hits him and he dies. Don't be around police cars. Don't be around sirens. It's dangerous. They're pursuing armed drug dealers. I don't know what this guy was doing, racing 100 miles an hour. So if you're a cop, you better make sure you have permission by the police department and permission that they'll go after any U.S. attorney or state attorney or county attorney that decides to come after you. Because if you chase a criminal, you're considered driving recklessly if you're a cop. This prosecutor needs to be prosecuted. And if you don't prosecute her, she'll screw up more lives of more cops. Because she obviously hates law and order. To the cops, to Cummings, who's a police officer, we will pray that the judge and prosecutor are eliminated off the face of the earth and you get out of jail and get your police badge back. We will pray that that prosecuting attorney leaves this planet immediately. What a pig. She stuck a cop in jail for pursuing somebody and forced him to plead guilty. Unbelievable. God bless. Thank you very much. You better get backing from your police department. If you do anything like arrest someone and he has a stroke, like our Jay Ensley was a prosecutor, always worked for the government, always a worthless puke, always a worthless Democratic puke, here to destroy. He put 2 guys in jail for arresting somebody who had a stroke. It was a warrant out for his arrest. They arrested him. He had a stroke. He was high on drugs. So he didn't pay the prosecuting attorney off with the drug money, so they went to jail. They're in orange suits. The trial comes up next month. Unbelievable. You put a Democrat in office, you get chaos in the streets. And now, according to the United Nations, the plan begins today. The killing of citizens, starting with America. You must die first. The whites must die first because they can resist Lucifer. So the plan, everybody talks about, trust the plan, is the destruction of the human race. As outlined by the Lucifer Trust, broadcasting from the center of the United Nations yesterday. That means putting cops in jail, throwing judges who put people in jail off the bench, letting total chaos reign and putting cops behind bars, just like our Governor Jay Inslee did because he didn't get a drug payoff from the 2 cops. They busted one of his primary drug dealers. That's what the cops tell me. He busted one of the drug dealers that gave Jay Inslee money. So the second they arrested somebody and there was a heart attack because he was high on cocaine, they arrested those 2 cops. That's what the cops tell me. YouTube, you say I can tell my story. Is this true or is that not true? Can I tell my stories? God bless. Thank you very much. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you tomorrow.